Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Alpha Traders. Hope everybody's having a wonderful day. First trading week of the year 2022. Bilboism number 323. 2022, very auspicious year. Adds up to a 6. Let's fucking go. LFG, all caps. Let's fucking go. So, what's in store for volatility traders? Lots of volatility, I would assume, right? I don't usually assume much because I don't want to make an ass out of me and you. So, that being said, I do believe it's gonna be pretty volatile. Pretty volatile. Could be a big year for NFTs as well. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, probably about 98% of them are absolute worthless piles of crap with no utility. So it's going to be really important coming into this new year to do your own research into NFT projects. Make sure that team is doxed. Make sure they have a large Twitter following and it's not all bots. Make sure they have a big Discord and it's not all bots. Yeah, those are three of the main boxes you want to check off for a good project because a lot of these things launch and immediately just a floor just drops out of them. And then you got to deal with all the nuts on Discord and Twitter. Oh my God, the world's ending. My NFT's worthless. So, yeah. And today's stream is brought to you by the fucking Catalina Whale Mixer. And of course, Trader Joe's. Today we have some garlic and onion pistachios. Good shit. Don't forget about Good Games Guild either. Got our three sponsors. They don't even know they're our sponsors. But I'm saying they are. Is Bilbo shilling his bags? Probably. Probably. Full disclosure, I'm shilling my own bags.
Where do you buy GGG?
It's on Pancake Swap.
Okay.
Pancake Swap. Yep. And they've got a lot of good things coming up, man. It's a good buy too. I mean, that market cap's still under about 9 million. And some of the other guilds that have had a little head start on GGG, I mean, we're talking like 500 million, two, three, four, $500 million market caps. Pretty big opportunity, especially when you can stake them. They got a nice little staking platform where you can stake your GGG about 40% APY. Not bad. It's not like staking the LP tokens, but when you stake the LP tokens, you're dealing with you got to add liquidity to a pool. Then they send you back. So let's take Donkey, for instance. If I were to take my Donkey and I wanted to stake it, you add liquidity to one of the pools. The pool sends you back the Donkey LP tokens, and then you stake those at a high percentage rate. But then you're dealing with impermanent loss because if you pull your money out of that pool and that went down, you don't get back what you put in. So, in my opinion, it's better to be safer and just single side stake like I do with the GGG. So, yeah.
Can I ask? It's ticker symbols triple G, and it's sitting at $5.
It's over 5. It better not be at
Okay.
$5.
Well,
It's higher than that, isn't it? I hope it's higher than $5. Let me check
I'm
here.
just surprised to find it on my exchange that I use. Um, I'll be getting some.
Yeah, it's right a little over $6.
Um,
$6.02. And right now, staking APR is 41.43% when you single side stake. If you stake the LP, the double sided, it's 338%. But your high returns comes with high risk. In my opinion, it's not worth it. But some people like to really gamble like that. I'd rather just stake my GGG and get my GGG. Good stuff, though. Good stuff.
what's a good number for a bag?
That's totally up to you. What you have available. I mean, obviously, me, I aped into it big time. But
1,000.
just because I really like the project a lot. It's got a great team behind it, and they're continually working just nonstop, making partnerships and building their scholar base. I think they got about 500 scholars now. Some of the other guilds have a lot more, but they're building. They just started this thing called the Metaverse Pad or something like that, or
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know if that's it, if that's correct, but it's something where you'll be able to stake and yeah, lots of cool stuff. Lots of cool stuff in the pipeline. Donkey's another good one too. Donkey's actually a definitely do your own research on Donkey, right? It's definitely it's farming. So there's risk involved, but at the same time, it is a great buy right now for sure. Not financial advice, but if I were looking to invest, Donkey is definitely a good buy. I think it's about 35, 36 cents. I like those crazy projects. Another one, low market cap, great team behind it, great team behind Donkey. That's what I like GGG, Donkey. Everybody's doxed, right? Now that same with the NFT projects. You want to make sure everybody's doxed, which like me and MJ found a good project. I think they're going to dig out of the hole, man. A lot the community's pretty forgiving. They had a shit show behind the scenes with one of the developers and kind of blew up the original Discord. And yeah, everything's seeming to come back together now. I mean, I was going to sell off everything, but I pulled all my listings and I'm getting verified again. And the new Discord's all up and running. They seem to got shit figured out. They've had another AMA on their Twitter space, and it seemed to be pretty good. Seemed to be pretty good. The guy that really caused all the problems, I mean, it's coming to light now that he definitely pulled a bunch of bullshit, I guess. So it's better without him. But these guys are all doxed by Civic Key. And the devs are just like, look, we're pushing forward. We're fulfilling this roadmap. This guy's name's Patrick. He's gone. He's out of the project. We paid him. Boom. We're moving on. We're moving forward. And it's going to be, they're attempting to be the first metaverse casino. So it's one of those deals. Pretty cool. Something to look into. Psyducks.
Is that
Psyducks.
what it is? Okay. Are
Yep,
they do
sold
NFTs?
Psyduck. Yeah, yep, NFTs. And because of the shit that went down, there's some real it's like under mint right now. So if they fulfill their roadmap and they do what they're supposed to do and the utility pops, it's going to be really good. So yeah,
Mm.
another one to look into. Do your own research. Do your own research. What time is it? 2:08. It's time to jump into Bitcoin. What is
From
Bitcoin
crypto
doing?
traders to art dealers. I love this place, bro.
Oh yeah. Gotta love, gotta love the JPEGs. We're in magical internet JPEG land. Got flaming rainbowed unicorns flying around, shooting fire at Venus, and just wonderful.
One BTC, please. Thank you.
Yes, can I ape in? Do you guys take BTC? But be careful out there for sure. This is another thing coming. These scammers out here in crypto land, they're getting pretty damn sophisticated. Um, Anybody that's listening live right now, anybody that's watching this on YouTube, for God's sakes, don't just click on any links, man. Whatever you do, you have got to be so careful these days, especially when you're on Discords and you get a DM. 100% scams. They're always scams. So you can go into the server and turn the DMs off for those servers, especially NFT discords, because there's a lot of scams going around where they will be like, "Hey, you won this, you won that, right? You need to log in," and they trick people, new people mostly, right, into giving like their seed phrases and shit, and then these people are crying. My whole wallet got drained. I lost all my magical internet cartoon characters, and I don't know what's going on.
My Pokemon cards are gone.
My Pokemon is gone, man. What the? So, and it goes with anything. Be careful. Like before my dad passed away about 3 years ago, I mean, God, I just begged him. Any email he ever got, just tink, 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 just clicking on links. Got our American Express got hacked several times. I mean, it's just like, Dad, please stop clicking on links. If you don't know who it's from, don't click on it. It was just like he would see a link and he says, click, 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 just clicking on links. A lot of people in crypto do that. And a lot of things that are going on is, especially with the Phantom wallet, is people will get involved in a Discord, do a mint, and it's a lot of times the people that are giving out their information, getting in whitelists and stuff. All of a sudden, they'll get tokens. They'll get tokens dropped into their wallet, just random shit, random like, hey, you won this NFT, and people literally go, either they go to a website to research the token that got dropped and it's a scam and it's a phishing website, or they'll like try to get their free NFT and they get hacked. People just need to realize this space is full of scammers.
So
Holy crap,
Phantoms
it's
are
horrible.
400.
Yeah, just everybody be careful because it's
Right.
sketchy. I mean, for God's sakes, everybody, I just can't say it enough, man. Be extra careful. Have high security. Think of it like you got Fort Knox when it's one of your wallets. I don't care how much you have in it
Yeah.
because the scams run deep, and know it. A lot of it comes through DMs. A lot of shit will get dropped in your wallet. And then all people do is what they count on. They count on just randomly dropping some token in people's wallets, and there's a website connected. Oh, come check out our token. As soon as you go to the website, it's a phishing site. And then there's a keylogger, and it's just sketch. So everybody be careful out there. All right, Bitcoin's screaming
Mm,
at me right now. So coming into the new year, and I remember back here when we dipped into the 68.3 Laplace distribution range on the weekly, I started saying, hey, guess what we're going to be doing for a month or two? We're going to be ranging probably in between the mean of this projection and the 68.3% of the projection on this Laplace right here, right? It's about a 10K range. The mean is at about 44, 44.2. And this week, the top side of the 68.3 is at about 54. It's literally about a 10K range. And in my opinion, and I'll draw a little, this is probably what's going to be going on here, right? We could be in here, who knows? Then we're going to break out. But I think we are going to just sit in this range for a while. Try to shake people out with these little dumps we're having, get people out of their positions. But at some point, these people that are selling Bitcoin, they are playing with fire. There's a low supply right now, right? And so these people that dump the market, they're risking losing their Bitcoin or at least buying in higher than when they dumped it. Because I'm a firm believer there's going to be a big battle that's getting ready to start. These big buyers and sellers, and what are we all waiting for, really? We're waiting for that Bitcoin backed ETF, right? That's what everybody's waiting for. I'm telling you, as soon as that happens. But I've had people say, well, the Bitcoin's already got an ETF. Yeah, but it's not backed by, it's not settled in Bitcoin, right? It's not settled in Bitcoin. That's what people want. They want the underlying 100%, especially like these big retirement funds and pensions and shit. They want Bitcoin backed ETF. 100%. I don't blame them either, right? Because Bitcoin's got a bright future. I saw some people in another Discord arguing about Bitcoin. Some guy's trying to say Bitcoin SV is the way to go. And so, of course, we're all just like, you moron. Bitcoin SV, huh? With Craig Wrong? Give me a break. Bitcoin is Bitcoin. Bitcoin will always be Bitcoin. There's only one Bitcoin, right? And the thing that Bitcoin does, it does it very freaking well. That's why there's all these other blue chip cryptos, all the platforms, smart contracts, all this stuff. People are like, Bitcoin's going to have to pick up its game. Bitcoin's going to have to evolve with the times. It's like, no, it doesn't. Bitcoin is going to be a store of value. It's always going to be the number one crypto. I'm a firm believer, and I'm not a maximalist by any means. Hell, I'm on all kinds of low cap shit coins. But it's like Bitcoin's always going to be there. It's always going to be number one, in my opinion. It's going to, for Bitcoin to get flipped by another project, there would have to be, if Bitcoin's blockchain got hacked, but is that even possible? No, that's what proof of work's all about and stuff, right? And that's why now, if anything, what would be great would be for Bitcoin to become a hybrid, to have some proof of stake as well, right? Proof of work and proof of stake. Because the ones that have proof of stake, if there ever is an attempted hack, right? The staking, the proof of stake picks it up a lot faster. So that would be cool. That would be real cool. And because people with their energy, blah blah blah, Bitcoin sucks all this energy, and it's the same people that are driving around their little electric cars, and they're like, well, how do you think the electricity you charge your car with is being made? Unless it's being made by a nuclear plant, right, or a hydroelectric dam, they're burning coal, they're burning fossil fuels too. I mean, it's just ridiculous, man. People are so funny with this whole green energy thing. Another huge scam on this planet, crying out loud. But okay, I got off track a little bit, but that's fine. Bilbo does that, right? He gets on his little rants. We're ranging. Bitcoin is ranging. It's going to continue to range. I was talking about maybe revisiting this wick. Could that still happen down here around 44K, right? I think it was a little lower on perps, right? I think it got dipped down right around 42. I mean, we could, but the mean of this projection is pretty powerful, in my opinion. We've been just staying ranging in this 10K range until we literally start closing candles. I'm going to say above 55. And I'm talking about on this weekly projection until we start closing daily candles above 55 or literally below about 44. We start closing some daily candles below 44. Look to the downside of the 68.3, right? We're probably going to go to 40K, which Bitcoin could do a 4,000K move in one day in 5 15-minute candles. We've seen it a million times. Bitcoin's a total animal, so who knows what's going to happen. But as long as we're still ranging in here, there's no big plans yet, right? Bitcoin's not going to move. And is what I'm thinking is going to happen once it does start closing some candles above 55K, then we could see a massive explosion because there's a lot of, especially a lot of the big investors, they're waiting. They're not even doing anything with this right now. The shit is just going sideways in this range, so they're not too excited to get in. But when you go up to these macro time frames like a weekly, very bullish in my opinion, just by looking at price action. The price action to me looks very bullish. It looks very bullish on the 5 day. Right? Looks very bullish on the 5 day. I mean, every one of these higher time frames is building a very bullish pattern. And when I talk about pattern, I'm talking about the candlesticks that are created by volatility, not a pattern trader. I know that that volatility is creating these candles. And so the volatility to me is bullish. That is my bias. It doesn't matter if we go, if we break down below 40, and start closing daily candles below that 68.3 on the weekly, it could get ugly. Who knows where this thing could go, right? They're going to push it to 20. I mean, me and MJ have talked about this before. That 20K high, everybody's like, tried to put in a bunch of shorts there. Oh, it's going to reject off 20. Probably come back down to 10, 60, 15. Who knows? They got wrecked. Bitcoin just blew through 20K, never looked back. 70, next thing you know, $70,000. That's exactly what happened. But like on this pullback, oh, here we go. Now we're going to go back to 20K. No, got down to 29, bounced right the hell out to new all-time highs up to 71. I'm not saying it can't. I'm not saying this thing can't go back down and test that 20K high that we had back right there, right? Back in the end of 2017. Could happen. But until we break this range, this 68.3 range to the downside, those cards are not even in the deck to me. Not going to happen. There's too many institutional buying going on in this area. That's what's great about this Laplace distribution. It's so powerful when you realize all you got to do is look at these projections. The big dump from 60 to 29. Look at the wick. The 99.7 Laplace distribution projection caught that wick and bounced it. And here's a wick, right? We revisited that. That's why. Don't be shocked if we see 43, 44K again. But then we finally get back up above on the weekly to 95.4, found some support. This weekly, we had one wick below it, and then look out, right? Then we had, what did we get back up to there? Yeah, that's when we got back up to about 53.5, I think. Pulled back. This weekly tested the 95.4 Laplace distribution range to the dollar, bounced out of there to new all-time highs at 65 and 70, right? Or 67 and 70. And now, right now, this recent pullback, here's what you have to ask yourself. When you make a run like this, here was the scamdemic dump down to $3,800 Bitcoin. And then from there, you run literally to 65K. Let's get the measuring tool out here. We're talking about a 1,582% gain. These big players, they're taking profit. They're taking profit. They're still taking profit, right? Especially we got back up to 71 or 70, pardon me. Another pullback. This is all profit taking, right? People get confused. They're like, oh my God, there's so much fear in the market. All the retail traders, they're selling their Bitcoin. Retail traders don't move this market. Maybe you don't know, right? When you become a volatility trader, you understand what's moving this market, and it's the high frequency trading firm algorithms. And those algorithms are programmed with everything you see on this chart, right? And this chart. That's what they're programmed with. I don't care what anybody says. You know, when you're in the realm of this, you know what these algos are programmed with. That's why these levels sometimes hit to the dollar, right? Because that's what proves it to me. For the longest time, I was like, well, I don't know for sure. But then time after time after time, when you see these distribution levels getting hit with an asset that's worth this much money to the dollar sometimes, and you bounce or reject from those areas, it's pretty obvious what's going on. Especially when you know that these algos are the ones 80-90% of the trading going on is being done by these algorithms. And so when you understand that, and then you see where these levels are rejecting and bouncing from, you're like, that should be ringing everybody's bell. And I know people are high on the hog on like Fibonacci. I'm telling you right now, when Fibonacci bounces off of certain levels or rejects from certain levels, I guarantee you there's a distribution level there that that Fibonacci just happens to match up with it. You can trade fibs all you want. Those things fail though. Distribution levels don't fail. If you go through one, you're probably going to go to the other one. It's going to bounce from there and so on and so forth. It just happens all the time. And by being able to look at the volatility and seeing what's going on there and how powerful of an expansion it is, because that's when you get the big moves, right? The big boys. That's why, like, who are the real big boys? They're trading options, man. And they've been using volatility metrics for decades. And when volatility is low, that's when you see these guys buying premium. And so they'll get a bias, right? Okay, I think it's bullish. So they're going to start buying calls. Now, if that turns on them, they're just going to buy some puts. They're going to turn that thing into a strangle or a straddle immediately. That's how all people are. There's nobody out there that's just like, you know what? I'm going to put on a butterfly today, right? I'm going to do what do they call it? A jade lizard. And there's so much bullshit. There's so many strategies. Options trading doesn't start out like that. People are either selling calls and puts or buying calls and puts. And when that trade goes the other way, because a lot of these guys, they're denying entropy. They're denying like the correlation of volatility to price action. So they're just being like, well, fundamentally the market feels bullish, or fundamentally it feels bearish, so they're going to sell a call or buy a call, or and then when the trade flips on them and goes the other way, all of a sudden boom, now they're in a strangle or a straddle, and those strangles and straddles can turn into butterflies and condors and so on and so forth. That's just the way option trading works. That's what people don't understand. They think options are so complicated. Are they? Yeah, they're pretty damn complicated. But the whole base of it, they don't start out that way. They end up, you end up adding legs to that, to the option trade, and before you know it, like a condor. A lot of people like getting into them after a while because it's low risk, right? Your profit and your loss is going to be capped. Most of the time your loss is going to be more than the profit in those cases. But that's why when you set them up perfectly, there's a lot of money to be made trading options. 100%. When I finally get back and get my solid base at my property, I'm gonna have my brokerage accounts opened up again, and I'll be able to trade options once more. But until then, I'm just gonna live vicariously through everybody out there trading options and having fun. Because it's a lot less stressful than sitting around freaking trading low time frame volatility scalps. I'm telling you right now, you can just sit back. Crazy, 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 crazy. We got in the chat. Say Ron, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to everybody. It's fantastic, right? Like I said, the year 2022, 2 plus 2 plus 2 is 6. Very auspicious. Very
Ooh.
auspicious. This is going to be a good year. Yes, it is. Okay, so what's happening? All right, I went through the probabilities. Bottom line, arranging. I've been talking about it for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks now. We're just ranging. And I talked to other people. Oh no, we're going to 20. Oh no, we're going under. Oh no, we're doing this, that, and the other. It's like, okay, whatever you want to think. Start using the distribution. We are locked in this 68.3 range. There's a 68.3% chance we stay in this range, right? That's what's going on right now. And until we break out of this range, I'm going to leave this projection here, right? Why? Because look at the rejection. Look at that wick to the dollar on the 95 forward at the top side. That's where we rejected for, came back to the bottom side of the 68.3% range from the projection from the 60 to 30K dump, bounced off there to the new all-time high to 70, and then had the major pullback again that bounced right on the mean of this projection. We've been above it ever since. Until we break one of these areas or break this area, we're doing nothing but ranging. That range is massive, but that's all we're doing. That's all we're doing. Then you go over here on the weekly, look at our ultimate power mean, look at our reverse wave trend on the weekly. Look where that wick bounced on the big dump. Not only did we hit the 99.7 Laplace distribution range and bounce off of that, we bounced on the reverse. Oh, that's the wrong dump. Sorry. Here it is back here. So here's the 60 to 30. Bounced off the reverse wave trend, rode the reverse wave trend, came down here and tested the, I believe that's the 144. No, that's the 99 length variance log MA. Or wait a minute. Or is that the mean of the, nope, that's even better. Came down, this line, and we're not getting a lot of history right on it because that is literally the mean of the deviation bands. That's what the dots are around here, right? So we came down, literally this here, that wick bounced directly off the mean, had a little reprieve, came down, the mean supported again, boom, boom, boom. You see what's going on here? This recent dump we had 6 weeks ago bounced right on the reverse wave trend. So what's going to happen here? Are we going to break this reverse wave trend? It's right at 45,188 or 188. So
Can I,
if we were to drop all the way down there to the low 45K area, that would be interesting.
can I please ask? My technical
Yep.
knowledge on reverse wave trend is very patchy. Um, how do you trade it? Because I know the last one I was using, to compensate for like 1% lower to buy in if I was trading it, or sell out 1% higher.
right?
Um, how would we be using this reverse wave trend?
Confluence,
Okay,
confluence with the distribution.
okay,
100%. I don't just trade it by itself. I want to see what area it's at. And so at the beginning of a new week, I'll look where the reverse wave trend is. I'll look where the reverse Fisher is, and I'll see on that new weekly candle, is there a 68.3 or a 95.4 or a 99.7 distribution level lining up really close? Are they overlaying on one of those levels? Because then there's a lot of confluence. And that's
yeah.
where I'll start to get bias. Yeah. I don't just strictly trade it by itself.
No, that's perfect. That's another tool. Like
Yep.
if I was to look
Just,
for liquidity in the books, literally, if you were to look for liquidity in the books, it would line up there. And you'd more than likely see liquidity at the Fisher, liquidity at reverse wave trend and cones and um, volatility ranges.
yeah,
So
it's all confluences,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Those are
it's
some of the best traders in this space. They are get guarantee it. Ask any of them. They're all about confluence levels. What's lining up together, especially the way we trade. Now, traditional TA, you never saw a lot of that. You don't hear, do you ever hear any of these YouTube Jimmies ever talking about levels of confluence? Well, this is lining up with this is lining up with that. Now, because they never line up. The God, man, it's been so long since I traded fibs. What is it?
how many
What's
years?
the
Now?
3? Yeah, I get lost now in traditional TA, and I used to know every damn strategy. But like, say the golden pocket. Say that you never hear anybody go, oh, well, that's lining up with this, that, or the other, and blah blah blah, because they never do line up. That's why people that are coming over to the trade volatility, that's the first thing you're going to realize. All this stuff works together. There's always high levels of confluence, especially when you have the volatility range estimator and you've got the daily, weekly, and monthly volatility ranges. I'm telling you, when you get literally, when you get a new weekly candle and you see like a bottom side 68.3 line up with like one of the weekly levels, like this green dotted line here, or one of the monthly levels, you start building these confluence levels where you like those things become magnets for price action. And it's incredible. I've seen it happen so many times. And do they work well? Yeah, they work real well. Let me see some real quick. Blah, 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 blah. Here is the bottom of the monthly range. Here's the center. Here's the top. The top of this new monthly range, January 2022. Very auspicious. $50,441. The center of the monthly volatility range for price actions at 49,035. And the bottom is at about 47,334. Okay. Look what happened earlier in the day. We rejected right from the bottom of that monthly range and had the
Mm.
pullback. Bears are defending this area right here at about 47. Whoa, was that wrong? Hold on, 46. Oh, yeah, it's 47,630. My bad. So 47,630. These three levels, that was the tight daily range. What is that tight daily volatility price action range telling you? That we were going to trend. Did we trend? Where was that trend? First off, we kind of found support on this 68.3 on the daily, the white cross line here. Bounced up to the bottom of the monthly range and then literally dropped $2,000. Ranged right to the downside. Now it's coming back up. Where are we going? We're going to come back up here and test the bottom side of the 68.3 before the daily close. What's that? 46.8 area. Another 500 bucks. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see if we do that. But that's how this indicator plays out. When people will just look at this and go, my brain's fried. I don't, what am I looking at here? Well, I'm not saying you're going to get it overnight. Every one of these lines is either a distribution level or a price action volatility range, whether it be daily, weekly, or monthly. This is a very powerful indicator when you use it in confluence with other things, right? Some would say you could trade this indicator by itself. especially if you were to add an indicator like our alpha volatility radar, where you understand what's going on with the volatility. And when you get to a level like this, you're looking at the volatility. Is volatility totally expanded? Are we sitting here right now and volatility is starting to expand and it's positively correlated? That would tell me, hey, we might be getting ready to bust up through the bottom side of this and maybe head to the middle of the monthly range up here at 49. So those are the types of things where, I mean, you could add a volatility indicator here or even entropy or one of our entropy indicators, our new Shannon entropy percentile that we're going to put together a description and get that published for all you guys that do have the alpha trading system. Another powerful indicator. Speaking of it, let's go over here and I'll show you what I'm talking about. This is it down here. All right, this is it down here. And let me show you. Let's do our little tricky poo. Should we do it on the 45-minute? Let's go. I like the 15-minute.
So these colors
Mm-hmm.
are correlated.
Sure. From 5. What's that?
So if it's expanding red,
Mm-hmm.
okay, I'm misreading it. Anyway, I would like to hear what you have to say.
Yep, here. So say right here, where the entropy percentile got low, then started expanding again. We're literally right. Get a vertical. Literally right here where the correlation breaks negative. Look at the price. Down.
Okay.
Boom. And where's it end? Right where the correlation breaks back up to the top side. Boom. Then you're at the bottom. It continues to expand positively correlated. Here we go. Now we're going back up, right? But here, this is why this indicator is so powerful. There's some of us that are using it or figuring it out, right? So, boom. So these 15-minute candles, boom, 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 boom. Price went up. Let's see. Price went from about 47,750. That wick went to 46, well, probably about $700. And now, right, it's walking up.
Yeah.
Now contraction,
And
negative.
Significantly negative.
Yeah, it works just like the volatility. This is like Van in here. No, he's probably got he's got a young one, and he's over in Europe. We have him in an undisclosed location, deep in a 2 mile deep bunker, coding.
Gotta keep them safe.
Yes, got to keep our van safe, 100%. But he's the brainchild behind this indicator. Right?
Well,
And what do? When I see him bring forth an indicator like this? So, what do you think the first thing I said when I saw this indicator? I was like, apparently that's not a directional indicator. Those are my favorite. And I pulled out the old Pearson correlation. Bam! I wish people that do volatility trade that aren't in our camp would figure this shit out. If any of you clowns are out there watching this YouTube video, hey man, jump the ego, hero. Come talk with us. Right? Get real, man. You guys, we're not joking around here. We understand entropy. We understand the percentile of entropy. We understand volatility. These non-directional indicators that people are like, well, volatility is not directional. No, not by itself. But when you correlate it to price action, it's 100% directional. These are the only times I use those percentages, saying this is 100% directional indicator now, because it is. The proof's in the pudding, for crying out loud. I mean, I can show you a million examples of how this stuff works. So yeah, clowns, wake up, bro. We're just trying to help. We're already in this small little niche community, right? Maybe out of all the people out there trading, especially retail traders, 99.99999, we're talking like the 15th coin flip. The percentage is so high of people that are going to trade traditional TA. So we're not going to attract very many people. So everybody in the volatility community that's trying to share this with the masses should be working together. Not like bringing our camps together, but working together to spread the message, right? we got nothing bad to say about anybody that's trying to tell people about volatility trading. But there's a lot of clowns out there that's all they focus on. They see other people as threats. Well, when you don't understand correlation, we probably are a threat, right? This is what's crazy. 2022 is going to be a big year for alpha trading. That's what we foresee for our future. We're trying to bring this to the masses. That's our goal. But the masses in volatility trading isn't a lot of people. We'd be happy if we had 500 people in the Discord, right? 1,000 people max. The smaller the community, the tighter the community, the better. We want people that interact. So if you're watching us on YouTube, the link to our Discord is in the description of the video. Come check us out, right? We have two different levels of our Discord. The bottom level of the Discord costs $10 a month because we want to keep out the riffraff. We only want people that want to learn how to do this and interact in the Discord. There's so many Discords out there where like 2% of the people interact. 98% are just hiding in the shadows, not talking. Oh, they just want to join your server to join your server. We don't want that. We want everybody interacting, learning to trade volatility together because that is super powerful. And we're having an outlier on the 15-minute variance as we speak. So maybe we do pump up to that 46.8 area I was talking about. All right, let's get back to that. Of course, Bilbo went on a rant again. I don't think I've said this enough today. The fucking Catalina whale mixer. I just thought I'd throw that in again. Do your own research. It's a great NFT project. Uh, I would have liked to gotten in on Mint because the things like the floor yesterday was 12 Sol. Uh,
What?
I'm projecting it's going to be like those early ETH NFTs, man. The guy that started the project, yeah, I'm way off on a rant now, but the guy that started that project, he's a big music promoter. Anything this guy has ever done, he has overachieved major time. When I
Oh,
researched the guy and saw who he was, and he's fully doxxed too. A lot of these NFT projects are rug pulls, right? The teams aren't doxxed. They get everybody hyped and then boom, they're gone. They take the money and run. Well, when you can research this guy, his name's Michael George. If you look up Michael George, well, I think MJ said, what is he, 30-30 on Forbes or something? Something like that. He's a powerful guy in the
okay,
music industry. And I've heard him say several times, my dad's a legend. He won't say who his dad is, but he keeps saying, my dad's a legend. And that Michael himself started in the music promotion industry when he was 15 years old. When you're 15, you don't just break into that industry. So I'm just like, huh, who's his dad? He keeps saying his dad's a legend. I'm like, so the people that are behind this project, we got big high hopes for this thing. I'm talking about a 100 Sol floor, 500 Sol floor, 1,000 Sol floor. What were you going to say?
sorry, yo, man. The last time I looked at it, it was 10 Sol, and I was like,
Yeah,
okay, let
yeah,
me just let me think about this.
yeah, man.
Nice.
It's not cheap to get in right now, for sure.
I was gonna ask, by any chance, has that George guy got connections to the Island Boys?
No, thank God either. We don't want them. Those guys come in, they pump an NFT project, then it just destroys, then it just dumps. We
Okay,
were talking
okay.
about it in the Discord the other day. No, he's got literally nothing to do. Let me pull it up real quick here. Hold on here. Boop and boop and look at my whales. Isn't that pretty? Look at my whales. Got them all on top. This is Bilbo. Oh, out in Big Sur, pretty close to the Catalina wine mixer. Oh, pull these back up. Let's see. Another good project. Monkey Ball. Monkey Ball's launching tomorrow. Well, MJ's laughing his ass off right now. Bilbo is off the rails. The floor right now is 10 sol. Pretty thin though, right? There's only 4 whales underneath 11, and then there's only probably about 5 or 6 under 12.
The ones you
But
want.
yeah, the average, look at the average sale over the last 24 hours is 13.38 sol. A lot of people are buying for rank and stuff. So, powerful project. Powerful. Get back. Okay. Let's get back over here. I got to get back on track. Jesus. We got what, 16 minutes left. Let's make use of it. Um, so I want to go up here onto the 12-hour. Yes. The 12-hour, building a little bull div on the 12-hour. I think it though. It's a 4-hour. No. The 4-hour, was it the mini div? I think it was like the 90 and the 45. Yeah, the 90 and the 45 minute. Built some bull div on that dump right there. Obviously, we popped out of the hole. Why? Well, because there was bullish divergence between price action and returns. And now the fishers on the 90 minute, they were both at the third standard deviation. The DLP exceeded the 99% confidence interval. These are all signs for what? A major bounce. We'll see what happens. Right? We'll see what happens. Would be awesome to close the day above 46,342. Talking about intraday, right? Going into the end of this intraday trading period. Closing up above third, let's even be safe and say 36.5. Get back up above this Gaussian mean. Maybe come into a new day, first trading week of the year. Boom, pop out of this hole a little bit. But remember the distribution. We're ranging until we get back up above about 54K, 55K on daily candle closings. I'm not looking for any kind of breakout whatsoever, right? But geez, I mean, that's $8,000 above us. That's a lot of movement in there. That's why we trade the low time frame volatility, number one. That's why we do that. Let's go to the 2-hour and see if there was some bull div on the 2-hour. Dun, dun, dun. Nope. A little bit on the Fisher, not a lot, but boom. The higher time frame you go, and this DLP gets down here, especially when it's having an outlier. That's what the blue dots are right here. We touched the 99% confidence interval. You're usually gonna that's usually I think it was it Yasha that posted a pretty good there was a pretty good chart in one of the Discord channels, and he gave a good example of how to use the DLP, which I fully agree with. Just be real careful on low time frames trying to use that little method, because that thing will shock your ass real fast. But when the higher time frames you go, and you see this DLP reaching these levels, like look at this one right here, got about probably 97% confidence interval. Then boom, we rejected. Where did it reject off of? Perfectly right off of. Is that the 33? Yep, the 33 length variance log MA. Bam. And I bet we we didn't have a little div. No div on anything. Or was the div at? The div was on the Fisher. The div was on the Fisher. 100% powerful. And actually, from a long term, there was definitely hidden bear too. Hidden bear from this last peak above the zero threshold here on the DLP on that pump up. Boop. Then we get this high right here. Boop. Higher high. High. Higher high. High. Lower high. We reject off the 33. And there was a bear div on the Fisher. We also hit the 99% confidence interval on the z-score of log returns. This is how all this works together. When people trade in traditional TA, they're trying to find one thing you're going to notice. Look at our indicators. Do you ever see any of our indicators just fucking fishing around up at a high oversold or overbought area? No, you don't. Those are worthless indicators, man. Do you know how many people got absolutely wrecked in the 2000, it was like September 2015 run up all the way to 20K at the end of 2017 because the fucking RSI's oversold or overbought. RSI's overbought. I'm going to short. I'm going to short. I'm going to short. They got wrecked, man. The whole way because the RSI is just up there fishing around in this overbought area. That's what they don't realize. When something's overbought, hey, that's good. It's not bad. They use all their indicators wrong to begin with. That's what cracks me up too. I could probably trade the tea leaves. I mean, I always find a way to use whatever is at my disposal. That's one thing I've always been good at, right? 100%. You know, the freaking M16 runs out of ammo. I get out my slingshot, start throwing rocks. Who knows? But anyway, this is how all our indicators work and divergence between all these indicators and price action. Variance. We know when there's an outlier, right? When you're having an outlier on our variance indicator, man, you don't need the whole move, but it's a no-brainer. Hey, you got a scalp right here. There's a scalp happening. It doesn't matter what time frame. If you see an outlier starting on the 4 hour though, drop to the lower time frames, get good entries because that's what trading like this is all about. And this is where people get wrecked, man. They don't know how to get good entries, right? They're just like, oh well, this is so oversold, it's incredible. I'm going all in long. It could stay down there forever, oversold, while the shit just continues to sell off. So yeah, let me go into the stream chat, make sure I'm not missing something. I see people. Yeah, I like garlic onion too, Takumi. Good stuff. Nice. All right, I just saw African crypto warlords JPEG. That's awesome, dude. Funny. Yes, the golden ratio. The DLP is log returns weighted with deviation. So no, not really, man. Not really. I know it looks. I don't use them. I use them in Confluence, but um, I don't look at it that way at all. 100%. Because I mean, look right here. Look at the DLP right here. Right? Didn't even get up to the 90% confidence interval. Where the Z-score log returns here, it's up above the 95% confidence interval. Boom. And then what happens on the Z-score? It creates some bear div, right? With a lower high right here. Higher price action, then dump out. So yeah, I don't use them. And when that whole time the Z-score is doing that, the DLP, there wasn't any bear div. So I mean, they're not the same. To answer your question, pow 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 is right. I like your sirens, MJ. Those are cute. What did the whale floor just go to 50 soul or something? Pow and double pow. All right. So for shits and giggles, real quick, let's go over. That's enough on BTC. Check out Matic today. Matic's one of Bilbo's favorites right now. Let's see what's going on here. 2 hour. We got bull div on everything. DLP, returns oscillator, Z-score log returns. Keeping an eye on that. Want to see this lose its significant negative correlation. This is the Z-score of historical volatility. Full indicator. Let's see that Z-score continue to rise, lose that, slope up positively correlated. Right here though, okay, it was trending. This is on the 2 hour. This whole time this was coming down, pretty much trend. You can see the entropy drop into the bright blue, right? That's telling you trend. All this is all random. That's why. What's this indicator tell us? The market most of the time is random. Hardly ever drops into trend, but when it does, and you know what the correlation is telling you to the downside, correlation right here was to the top side. You can see it trending up. You see it trending down. Powerful indicator. And it's matching up too. It always matches. Everything always is giving you the same read. You can find so much confluence in our indicators. It's ridiculous. You know what I forgot to check? Go back on the BTC real quick. Matic, hold your horses. I'll be right back. Let's go back over here on the perps, go to the daily. Volatility. Yesterday was at a 42%. Today's at 11. In my opinion, that has dropped off a cliff. When you see these drop-offs in volatility, look what happens usually next, right? You get these pops in volatility. Didn't quite get one on this drop-off. That's pretty rare, but it took a minute. Then it finally fully contracted there, excuse me, and popped. And what did it do? Right? What time? This is the daily. That was when we had the down move. This pop in volatility, expansion in volatility, negatively correlated. Look at all the APPs diving. That's price percentile. That was a massive down move on the daily. And then boom, it turned around on the daily. We had expansion again to the top side. So this is good stuff. Good stuff. He's saying the new trend is algo. What does algo do today? That's good lord, it's up six. It was just up 6.66%. Got the devil dogs, man. They're trading algo. No, I'll look at it though. Hold on, let me back to Matic real quick. I want to see Matic on the daily. This is what I love about Matic. This is why I like Matic. Look at this daily chart. That is bullish as hell, just from pure price action. That is a very bullish. And you can see on the daily, Matic just had his Polac, man, bounced right on the 9 length variance log MA. Good stuff. Variance start rise positively correlated. Let's see what happened. Z scores turning back up. Did we have? Yes, had some bull div on the daily. Has it set? Let's see what happens with this returns oscillator by the end of the day. Let's see this turn back up. If it turns back up, it could be a nice bounce off the zero mean, to be honest. We've got the Fisher. One of them's at the first standard deviation. The higher length, the 9 length, was almost at the second. Is there any div? No, there wasn't any div on the DLP that created that. Here was the div right here. And what am I on? The daily. Yes. All right, so you had all this upside.
Sorry to interrupt. Could I please ask what is the the RMSZ score to you doing right now? Shot. I see you marking it. Thank you.
Yeah, here was the divergence right here on the Z score, and I do not have the root mean square turned on it right
Okay.
now, but it is on log returns. And look at the returns oscillator, right? Boom. So there was bear div on the Z square log returns and the returns oscillator. And then boom, Matic has his pullback.
Mm, okay.
And right, let's see here. Yep, here's Z score coming down, positively correlated. Right here, we had a nice update candle, but right here, it goes back up into positive correlation to Z score. Z score historical volatility, we're down here at this 99% confidence interval. This turns up right here and stays positively correlated. Matic's going to freaking pop big time. Big time, especially with the, okay, so let me erase that and look what's going on now with Matic. Uh, yep. Obviously, it hasn't set a low there yet on price action, right? But I mean, look at this low, 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 all lower lows, right? Even from when we had this big dip in Matic. So we got a low. That was actually a higher low, higher low. But if you go back, if this sets a bottom here, all the way from back there, hidden bull. All
Okay.
of this, hidden bull, hidden bull.
Wow.
Hidden bull. There's so much hidden bull divergence building right now. It's insane. Matic could just pop like crazy. Pop like crazy. And um, yeah, from this point right here, from this pullback, all hidden bull as well. All that. every point, right? Especially from there. These are, if this turns around right here, another point of it. There's a little bit on the low length Fisher too. So yeah, that's what I'm always looking for. Because one divergence is just building another divergence on the other side. That's why when you hear some moron, like we know who I'm talking about, that says divergence is bullshit and I make volatility indicators, but I don't even know how to trade with them. So anyway, divergence literally is telling you, especially the divergence between price action and returns, it's literally telling you what's going on. That's what people don't realize. I don't care about any of the other divergence with traditional TA, but when you understand when there's a divergence between returns and price action, it's telling you the investment on your return is diminishing. Take your profit, knucklehead. The end. And that being said, wrap this baby up on a rant about divergence. So, if you're watching this on YouTube for the first time, we are Alpha Trading. We trade volatility, probability, and statistics, and we love to teach people to do the same. The link to our Discord, like I said earlier, is in the description of all our videos. Come check us out. Open up a support ticket. Tell us what's on your mind. Look in the shop channel. There are two different levels of the Discord that will get you different levels of the alpha trading system. You're either going to get the basic, just a little bit of the alpha trading system, or you're going to get the whole wham, bam, boom. You're going to get everything and the kitchen sink. And we got some cool NFT channels that we're getting ready to turn up our NFT game in the server as well. So definitely come check us out. And wherever you're living in this crazy world right now, have a wonderful rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening. We'll see you tomorrow, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Thanks, guys, for watching live.